sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the New England Patriots. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And with towels waving, we're underway from Heinz Field. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Eason sets to throw it. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Here's Eason to throw. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Here's a give to Fournette. Escapes the defender. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Well, Leonard Fournette, not a guy to shy away from contact. He can lower the boom on you when he gets ahead of steam, and that was a heck of a run right there.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Fournette. And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots.
Makes the score Patriots 7, Steelers nothing. Sam Sloman set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. On first down, Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Watson. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close. And it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning, they got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Eason's throw is on target to Duvernay. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Fournette, a first down carry. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 47 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
From the 24, Watson. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And this passing game, this whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A handoff to Fournette. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
2nd and 8 coming up. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked off that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, oh, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun is Eason. Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So they lost yardage and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. A 1st down and more for Jacobs.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Now Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Patriots are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 7-7, our score after 1. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Eason. He'll check this down to Hines. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Throwing is Eason. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And you'd think on 3rd down, they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Watson. Flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Got this complete to Racey McMath. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Leonard Fournette. Open space inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Quan Alexander came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Watson, throw left side, complete. That's Thompson.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Jamel Dean. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Eason sliding out of the pocket. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Touchdown, Patriots. DK Metcalf with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On 2nd and 12, Watson, throw right side, complete to Carter. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Able to slither by. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line ready to go. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Eason, left side here, taken in by Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Eason's throw taken in by Chark. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground. Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. On 2nd and goal, Eason. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Patriots continue to pull away here in this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. On 1st down, it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to throw, Watson. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And that's caught by his tight end, Dalton Keene. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also in a field goal range now at the 27-yard line.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Watson on first down. They'll roll him out right. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Sam Sloman for the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Taken in at the 3.
In this position, trying to get... Back into the game. Teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you just have to go out and take pride in your work and try and put something together here in the second half.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Out of the gun, Watson. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. There he goes, left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Josh Jacobs, boy, I tell you, he is a complete package. The power that he has to run through you, and then he's also got the speed to run away from you, as we saw there.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Still well in control of this ball game, despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And to give this time to the tailback. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. That's taken in, Trey Nixon. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. Peck. That one complete. He finds Sharp. Fighting his way through contact. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 34-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. From the gun, Peck. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And this will not have the distance to get there. Short, no good, just under the crossbar, and this score will stay right where it is.
Heinz Field has always been a tough place for field goal kickers. It's just a very heavy side, plus you've got an open end of the field with wind coming off the Allegheny. And sure enough, he kind of chunks this one, and it's no good.
Watson, off play action. He's going to loft one, deep left side here. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. A 1st down and more for Jacobs. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 110 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On first down, Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Peck.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And Shark calls it in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about... And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty. But it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 16 yards on the play, and it'll be second and goal. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Now it's Watson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Pats are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. 46 yards on the ground for him so far. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. A throw complete to Dorsett. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Philip Dorsett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Out for the PAT, here's Sloman. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's fourth down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Watson on fourth down. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Julian Blackmon.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. No gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield, and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. New England on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got room. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. 128 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 2nd and 12, Watson nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 38. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And to give this time to the tailback. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. And his kick is indeed good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. Now, bottom line, tremendous starting field position really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the key.
And the ball is knocked out. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Here's Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
That's it, baby. That's it right there. There you go.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.